So in this video, I'll be showing you how to set up a coordinate system in order to get our proper horizontal alignment and then eventually be able to do our vertical alignment. So the first thing I'm going to go to is utilities, and I'm going to go to coordinate system. Right now, since we don't have one set up, it's going to say none. We're going to go to from library and then go to search. Since this project is located in California, I'm going to go ahead and search up NAD 1983 state plane, California. Enter and let that load. The first thing you want to check is the units. Since my project file is under survey foot, all of these ones are correct. And then the project is located in San Bernardino, which is zone 5. So I'm going to click on this one right here, and I'll press OK. And now you'll see our coordinate system right here. Now I'll go ahead and close that. Now we could go ahead and start importing our terrain file. So I go to terrain tab and then from file. And then here I'm going to click our XML file, senior project, and press done. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that it's projecting to the proper coordinate system, which it is in this case. And then for our feature definition, you want to go to propose and propose contours. For build terrain from, you want to keep it under definition. And for import options, we'll keep that as both as well, and keeping the spot features checked. And import that. And now you'll see our terrain right here. So from element selection, I'm going to click the outer boundary of our terrain. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this as active. And then from our properties tab, I'm going to go and I'm going to make sure only our major and minor contours are on, as well as our boundaries, which is good in this case. And then back up here, I'm going to go to calculated features, and then I'm going to click on contours. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the major and minor intervals to 15. This will create more space in between each interval, making it easier to read. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to major contours, and I'm just going to change the weight of the lines so I could see more in between the intervals. Now once I have all that done, I'm going to go to view attributes. First you're going to get this little pop-up and you're just going to press continue. And then next you'll go to background map. And right now it's on none, but we're going to switch that to street map. And now you'll see the horizontal alignment that we need to consider for this project. So the next thing, I go to geometry, and under horizontal, I'm going to press lines. And then over here, I'm going to check and make sure the feature definition is on baseline, which is correct. And I'm going to start doing my horizontal alignment. First thing you need to notice is we have a little curve right here, as well as another curve right here that we need to account for. So I'm going to start my horizontal alignment up here, going to that first curve right here. Then I'll do my second line from that curve to the second curve right here. And then I'll finish off my horizontal alignment down here. Now, once we have that done, we also need to account for Palm Avenue since we are creating an on and off ramp for that. So I'm going to create a horizontal alignment following Palm Avenue right here as well. Now that we have our baseline done, I'm going to go back to View Attributes. We'll press Continue again. And since I don't need the street map view anymore, I'm going to go ahead and press None and exit out of that. And now we have the terrain and the horizontal alignment needed for this project. So from here, I'm going to go back to our Properties tab. And I'm going to go to Major Contours. And now I'm going to change all the colors to make everything more appealing. Change the line style. And I'll do the same for the minor contours. And now I'll go to element selection. And now we are ready to start doing our horizontal alignment. So from here, I'm going to go to horizontal and I'm going to go to arcs. Go to arc between elements and then simple arc. And since these two are already fairly smooth, I'm going to keep the radius at 3000 and making sure that it's still the same feature definition of baseline right here. Now click this one and this one. And now we want to zoom in and make sure that our curve is going in the right direction. And now we'll go to our second curve, which is not as smooth, so we'll reduce the radius to 2000. And click the element. Making sure it goes the right direction. Now that we have that set, I'm going to go to our horizontal tab and click on complex geometry and change that to complex by element. For this, it's going to make all these separate lines into one element. And for this, we want to make sure all the arrows are pointing in the same direction. Making sure we get our curve in there as well, going into the same direction. And then to our second curve and our final line. And I'll click off to the side and reset that. Now if I go to element selection and hover over this, it's all one element. And I could click that. And right now it has the level as ramp, which is not true. We're going to change that to our center line. Now from here, I could create my vertical alignment. So I'm going to go to open profile mode and I'm going to click the element that we just made and then click off to the side right here. And this is the terrain that we have, and we could start creating our vertical alignment on here. And from here, you're just going to click on from the vertical tab on lines, and you'll be able to get the slope that you want in order to minimize the cut and fill. And then from here, you'll be able to make your sags and crests from the vertical curves by entering the slopes that you have right here, and then it will create the parameter needed.